Alright, welcome back to Stationeers. So this should be 421 days. Oh, really, Storm? Well, we have the day to finish. Why do I always start recording when this storm's coming? That's annoying. So I'm building here the Composter, right? I went ahead and get out the device ID here, so don't have to do this on camera. It's quite annoying. So basically what I want to do is, so I have all these composters, they're connected to the chute, to the trash here from the freezer. So the trash line is passing like down here-ish, more or less. It's just a bin that when it's full, it's gonna go over here. So it should be connected below the frame here, right? So, but then for testing purpose, I put this one here so I can manually feed this and get some fertilizer out just to test it. What I was testing is if this works with seeds, because I was not sure if the seed would have to be filtered out or not. And then that's why I have a seed here, right? So, and the answer is yes, it does work with the seed. So you can't totally throw a seed there. And it will get grind down, right? So now I just need 2 more. And we're gonna get a fertilizer out. So this means I don't need to have a sorter here to remove the seeds from the trash line. So all this is a big chute that comes all the way below all this, get over here, and then goes into this overflow, right? So when this one is full, it's gonna switch down and go to this one. If this one is full, it's gonna go down and go to this one, and I'm gonna keep doing this all the way over here. This is probably overkill. I probably don't need all that much. But what I'm thinking is, my waste tank is annoying. That's also what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is, you're gonna have loads of different types at once, and then a big delay. Right, and then the problem is different types. So I don't know if the composter will accept all at once, but then anyways, you need to wait for the grinding. So that's definitely, we'll keep an item here. Different types will keep flowing to the other composter. So we have at most 20 different seeds, but I don't have all 20 seeds, and they won't be all, there you go, they won't be all grabbed at the same time, right? There's the delay between the Harvey, I keep saying Harvey, the Larry to grab all the things and then go to the bin, and then the sorting, do the sorting. So until all that happens, that's more than enough time for all these guys. One of them should be free, right? That's what I'm thinking. And if not, there is a big line of shoots that will give more than enough buffer for this to run. The plants take forever to grow, right? So it's not like this is running 24/7. So let me go closer to charging here where my battery doesn't die. Am I charging? It's not dropping. So I need to be careful when the nights arrive. I'm going to lose a lot of stuff out. This is fine. If this is flow away, I don't care. I'm only concerned to not lose my laptop. So I have all the, so I'm clearing the memory. I put all the composter to the ID here, to the stack. Then I have the device counted and I have the device ID. And what I will be doing is mainly looping through the composter and check if they are not activated. So that's what I already have here, right? So check if it's activated. If it's activated, just skip it. If it's not activated, then we check the quantity. If it has 3 or more, greater or equal to 3, then we activate it. So the next iteration it will skip here. Because you can't keep pressing activate on and off on the composter, otherwise you're gonna turn it off. And we'll never process anything. So it activates once and then you wait it to have to be done. Am I charging? I'm not charging at all. Well, I guess I just get this battery here. So one thing that I'm not handling here is the gas, right? So before doing any of this, load. This can be a ping, right? So this don't need to be device ID, yeah. So let's load from inchwire 0 from could be device ID, right? So that will be the gas sensor, load the pressure. See if it's greater than 0, inchwire 0, and then save device into the active vent on R0. So this should turn on the active vent, so regardless of where I am. If you're concerning about this loop here, this is doing the increment of the device, right? So this gonna push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items to the memory, right? So this will be 0, 1, all the way to 6, right? So then we're gonna have the stack pointer at 7. So all this is doing is loading the settings from the DB, which will start at 0, right? And I add 1. So instead of starting at 0, I'm starting at 1. And then I just check if the number is equal or greater to the stack pointer. Right? It should never be, because you go from 0 to 6. If it's equal to 7 or greater, it means we passed the range here, so we need to go back to 0. That's what this select is doing, right? If we are greater or equal to stack pointer, just get 0, otherwise get the device counter. So this will effectively go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then to 0. Instead of 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? That's the mainly what this part is doing. And then we just get from the device ID, the device counter. And that's it. So I need the gas sensor. They already. So just need to get. It never saves the mode. So you see, when I load the game, it was on this screen from the atmospheric analyzer, but I press next, nothing happens because I save on this one. So the game node, it should be here, but it was showing this one. So you press next previews, it doesn't do anything because it was supposed to be here already and moved to here, but it was here. And you have to press twice to update it. So it's really annoying that the advanced tablet's not well synchronized, especially when it's come back to the game. Okay, so this is 6A0092. This is 6A0092. I still never tested if I can use lowercase here. I need to do this test. Oh, there is a big sneeze coming. Oh, sorry. Annoying. And this one here is 6A4A76. Oh, that's night. I'm gonna lose my laptop. 6A4A, I forgot the number. It's not red yet. When it's red, I'm gonna have 10 seconds.
Hydration critical.
6A, oh, that's not a thing. 6A4A76. 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 Don't. Okay. If I turn you on, you should start vacuuming this place, which I didn't account really. So I need to wait for this to get to a vacuum before I start doing anything. And I'm gonna need a stacker at the end here. The storm will blow away all this stuff, which is... well, I guess I can just shove them into here instead of losing them to the storm. Unless the storm is in the next day, which then will give me an extra day. Right. Fertilizer, you can go away. Another seed. Oh, actually, I can actually close this. I already did the test I wanted to do. I stopped throwing stuff here. Yeah, that's why I need to close it. Oh, there's the storm. So I already have my test. So you can just turn and go straight there. This was only to check if the seed get processed or not. Okay, so what I need is a way to vacuum this, which should be simple. I connect this to a passive vent and a valve. Yeah. But I need to move one thing to the other side. So I have space for the valve. So the valve will be there. And then I have another one going outside, so I manually swap between them. Or I don't even need to do it manually, right? Yeah, so let's complicate things just to complicate things and make the thing automatically swap the valves. Now I have one question. If I'm pushing gas with the big vent, which is quite powerful, and I have a passive vent, it works fine, it can handle it. But if I put a valve in between, that slows down stuff a lot. Is that enough to make the pipe blow up? That's the question. So let's figure out. Am I taking damage really? No, I'm not taking damage. Stop taking damage. You are red, fine. There's some food here. Everything should be freaking fine. I need to throw all this into the composter there. But first I need to finish it. I don't have the tanks for the volatiles, which I need to test, and the tank for the nitrogen. So I want insulated tank. I'm gonna want the big one. Steel. I was selling steel, yes. So I was selling stuff to the trader there that is buying ores. Silicon. Don't tell me I'm low on silicon. Yeah, I'm low on silicon as always. The annoying part of selling stuff to the traders is that you run out of the basic three materials, which is gold, silicon, and cobalt if you are selling super alloy. That's the disadvantage of selling stuff. Right. So So we're gonna check if there is gas. If there is gas, I'm gonna turn on the vent. Before this happening, when I start this, so this will save the device. So there will be two valves, right? So tank valves, gas sensor, active vent. So I remember what the heck this is. So a save to device, tank valve on 0, right? So that will be the not the volatility, so that will be the composter storage tank. And that will be how you call it, exhaust, I think that's how you type it. Exhaust valve. Just call this valve. So put both off, right? Then read for the pressure and then save. So this should be, you should turn on or off. Before I turn you on or off, I'm going to decide which one will be on. Then I check if I have pollutants or carbon dioxide. I don't want any of those, right? So I can read. So load into R1, load device into R1 from the gas sensor. I better define this. Define gas sensor hash. Then I don't need this. Right, so I want to load for the gas sensor hash, the ratio pollutant, and safe greater than 0 into R1 from R1. So if I have pollutants, I'm gonna know it, and I'm gonna do the same for carbon dioxide. So carbon ratio carbon dioxide will be into R2. Then saves greater than 0 into R2, R2. So this, if n of this is greater than 0, this will open this valve. And so vacuum valve. And then I'm gonna have another one that will be storage valve. This shouldn't take too much code, so I can do the defines. The only thing I'm handling the tank is the composter, which is already being handled, and then the gas. That's it. So turn both valves on. Right, load pressure. If there is any pressure, I'm gonna turn the vent on regardless. But before doing that, I'm gonna check the rate of pollutants and carbon dioxide. Now I'm gonna do an OR into R1 for R1 and R2, either of them. And then I'm gonna turn this one on. So save device on this guy on R1. And the other valve will be the inverse. Save. That's not gonna work. No, that's not gonna work. Never mind. I'm gonna manually handle this part. Saves greater than 0, R0, R0. Gas sensor, put the gas sensor back here. And Yes. The reason it's not gonna work is because the pipe between the vent and the valves will have the gas there. If I really want to automate this and not have any contamination, I would have to have a filtration unit, or I would need to empty that middle section pipe. I don't really want to do any of those, so I'm just gonna manually open it, because you should vacuum only once, unless I need to open it, and then I need to vacuum again. Right, so one thing I'm not doing is turning on the how you call it? Turning on those guys. So let's make them on. Save device into this guy. On one. Is that how it? So I changed my mind a lot, so let's just make sure it is. So I have the list of the hashes, I have the counter, I'm getting the pressure, and I'm saving the vent if it's on or off. That's it. Then I do the counting, and I turn it on, check if it's activated. If it is, just go back. If it's not, check the quantity, and that's it. How am I gonna know if this is actually a vacuum? Because the composter will also be running. Good question. I mean, I need some sort of signal. I can start running the composter, otherwise I'm gonna be voiding all the gases. Always needs. Freaking hell. Damn, those sneezes are annoying. Sorry. What I was doing? Yes. Thinking how am I gonna not void all my gases? Because I turn it on, it's gonna immediately turn on all the guys. I can't. Yeah. One thing I can do, right? No, I can't really. Crap. I just look at the gas rater there and wait it to get, and I disconnect the chutes. Yeah, that should be more than enough. So let me show the freezer. And how I build it. I already closed the freezer, so it already has gas in it. So I took the liquid nitrogen tank that we start with and bring it inside here to help pressurize and lower the temperature here. So just to get it started. And now I'm slowly, very slowly adding more and more gas here. So we are at 18 megapascals, which is almost nothing. But that's a very slow process, right? So I don't want to overheat my cooling line trying to cool this insane big room. So that's the portable liquid tank, which had the nitrogen. So I just came here, open it, waited to empty, and that put it there. So instead of using heat exchanger, I'm using the wall coolers, but that's mainly heat, right? So they are doing the exact same job. Oh, that's a good point. So they are turning on and off. So they were off before because the cooling line was too hot. So in order to avoid heating up the entire base, it will only try to cool the freezer if the cooling line is 1, cold enough, and 2, actually colder than whatever is in this room. Because let's say I have a big peak in temperature on my cooling line, and the cooling line is like -10 or 0 degrees. and this is 100, right? So even though I want to keep it 140, if the cooling line is 0, we're gonna end up heating this instead of cooling. Or the wall cooler won't work. I don't remember if the wall cooler will work. The heat exchanger will heat up, right? So the wall cooler might not even turn on. I need to check. But anyways, so these guys are not turning on 100% of the time because the cooling line is getting hot, right? So that's why they are turning off. And the way I'm adding gas is very slowly. When the temperature reaches 140, which was like 10 seconds ago, it starts pushing a little more nitrogen inside it. But then the temperature is hot, right? So it's heat up and then stop pushing nitrogen. I'm gonna wait until the temperature goes to 140. So I need to wait for the cooling line to cool again, right? That's why the process is very slow. But you will eventually get there, and I don't really need this to be fast, just need to be done, like slowly get there. So there won't be a storm soon, right? So this is the guy that's doing the thing. I can... Wait, where's my chip? Oh, I left the chip there. Crap, I forgot the vent and the valve. I'm dumb. Really dumb. You guys... Oh yeah, so you have 72, 72, that's fine. So if you are interested, this is the guy that's doing the gas part. So you check that pressure is at least 10, because that's the minimum, otherwise the wall cooler won't even run. So this is just the initial pressurization. If you don't have this, the wall cooler won't run, and then nothing will run. Then I'm checking while I'm not below 100 and while I'm below 101. If you wonder why 101, because that's the ideal pressure. So you want to have it 101, and you want to have it very cold temperature with nitrogen, which has the slowest decay, which is exactly what I have. I just don't have 101. So this is doing exactly what I was saying, right? So check if there is the minimum pressure. If there is the minimum pressure, it will just add a little bit because it needs something to run. If we ignore the minimum pressure, which already passed it, right? So the only thing it's doing is, are we below 101, and our temperature is lower than this? Not, yeah, lower, higher. Sorry. Safe is low, yeah, lower. Jeez, I'm confusing. Yeah. If the temperature is actually cold enough, which I think is 140 or 130 something here, 3940. So if we need more pressure and the temperature is cold enough, then we run the filtration. It runs for a little bit and then stops because it's heat up, right? It's pushing hot gas, and then it's waiting for it to cool again. But it's not cooling because the wall coolers are not running because of the cooling line is not cold enough. You can hear them turning on and off because the cooling line is like at the very edge. Right, so we are right at the very edge where I'm turning on and off. And this is the guy that's controlling it. Right, so this is all the control for the freezer. So if I turn you on right now, you're gonna turn on all the gas, and then I'm gonna start pushing gas into this. Gonna blow up this pipe. I don't want that to happen, so I can't turn you on yet. So I need a passive vent. I need two valves. So so we can turn the thing on and see how it works, if it is working as it should. Oh yeah, I had some problems with the inventory system. I'm gonna go explain real fast. If you did something similar what I did, you're gonna have the same problems. You guys can be here. I don't need those steel. I do need those windows. I should have a vent. There you go, I do have a vent. It's green. Shouldn't be green. I can make it orange. Valve. Those are electronics. I just want a manual. Can I trade with this guy? I can. I don't have any valves. So, wow. Iron. Should have iron. Okay. Pipes. I need more pipes than this. Right. So I need a valve, so you need a space, right? This is right in the middle, which is annoying. Well, I can't do, no. I could do like this. It's a little waste, but it's fine. So we could have the valve right here. I can't have the valve right here. Why? Because of the hitbox on this thing is annoying. It sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. So you see that I have the round corner here, here. I have here and here. So it's working as intended, besides this ridiculous part here. That's nothing you can place there. But this one I can't place at all because it's being blocked by the other ones for whatever reason. Insanely annoying. I was expecting to be able to place the valve right there. If I can't, that's a problem. Right, so you can be there. That's exactly what I wanted. But you really going to be a pain, aren't you? So in that case, I can do it different. I can have the valve right here and you can be right here. Yes. I'm gonna need the pipe real fast. That's it. And I have the valve right here. Now the question is this pipe gonna blow up when I turn the vent on? That's fine, I can't turn it on from here. Well, let's just run the chip and see what happens. Oh, I don't have the right IDs, do I? Line 13. I do have the right IDs. 6A0092. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It helps if you actually connect stuff. Line 24. It didn't find the very first, which is this guy. I'm on 1. So it didn't find the 1. Don't I have everyone connected? I should have, right? Oh, the vent is definitely working. And didn't blow up the pipe here. Okay, so that answered the question. The pipe is at 35 megapascals. Okay, so you can definitely have a valve there. Why is line 24 not working? So you should be connected. You were connected. Unless I didn't connect the turning here. It has to be, otherwise it won't be on, right? Yeah. So what's the problem? The ID? Yeah, that's the only thing, right? So 6A584. That's not the first. I'm on ID 1, which is the second. 69A125. 69C125. What the heck? C125. 69C125. Yeah, I messed up the IDs.
Waste tank caution.
Now it will go to the number 2, which is fine. I'm gonna get an error again in the same line. Did I mess up all of them? Are you kidding me? I did this beforehand to not waste time doing this. 69, 52, 56. 69, 62, 56. Yeah, I probably messed up all of the ideas. 69, 62, right? This is correct. I messed up that one. Go figure. Okay, now on the 6th one. Alright, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is this one, which is the very last. 69, 64, 62. 69, 64, 52. Yeah. Pretty stupid. Should be working. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. We turn you off. You should turn on again. Yes. Turn you off. You should turn on again. And all of them are activated because, well, there was a lot of stuff going, so I'm wasting all of it. Oh, doesn't really matter. So what I will do is change my waste tank real fast. Open this, otherwise this will never stop. And I can cut this line for a bit. I need a stacker. Yes, I think I already said it. And now I just close all the windows and wait for this to get to a vacuum. Right. So how I'm gonna monitor if this is vacuum or not? I can't see the vent from here. I'm not liking what I'm hearing. Why is this taking damage from pressure? I don't know, but I'm not gonna let it blow up. I don't get it, what went wrong there. What the heck is doing noise? What? That's fine. That's also fine. Pipe's fine. Why did the composter take damage? Why did this place got high pressure? Did this vent is on the wrong position? That's probably it. I'm pushing gas instead of sending gas out. No, but I can't jump, which means it's pushing out. I'm stuck. Let me do a quick test. So if I put you back there, you back there. What? Really? So I want to see if the pressure is increasing or decreasing. Since the pressure is decreasing. Yeah. I mean, I honestly don't get what the heck is happening. What the? Oh, of course I have to fall exactly into the frame. I get it. I honestly don't get it. Well, let's do one thing. So just stop. Jump to stop. Copy this. Alright. Stop. 0, and that's it. I honestly have no idea what the heck just happened. And why it keeps doing noise. There is no pressure here anymore. This is insanely annoying. Did all my windows got damage? So I'm gonna have to replace the entire thing. That would be a freaking nightmare.
Waste tank caution.
Yeah. Wasting's fine, don't worry. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this again. I'm gonna have to make the repair. It's more expensive to repair than to build a new one. Which I never understand why the heck repairing is this more expensive. But anyways. Not all devices, but some devices repairing is actually more expensive. I'm still trying to figure out what the heck's happened. Because the composter doesn't make enough pressure, enough gas to do any big pressure. And this is a big vent, come on. It can handle this like it's nothing. Right, so now I got the entire thing out. Ah, come on, stop falling to this freaking hole. No, deconstruct the actual composter. Don't. Why did you have to take the corner? Don't take the... Jeez, that's so annoying. No.
Waste tank critical. Temperature high.
Right, the entire thing is off now. Ah, what a nightmare. So you here, right? And then you see how it blocks itself? It was here, so now I can't place it back. That's the same problem what happens there. I really don't get why the heck this happened. So there is an order that you need to place it, which is making no sense. So same problem here. Oh, that's a lot of trash. I need a stacker. Desperately, I need a stacker. And I need an incinerator. Get rid of all this trash. Right, so let's see. Why is this all... everything has damage? Why? That makes 0 sense. So you have 10 damage, right? So how do I fix you up without having to deconstruct you? I can't, right? Because there is no repair mechanic for this. And why you have damage and you don't? That makes even less sense. The pipes are fine. This guy is fine. I can't see the mold because the chute's on the way. I still can't see the mold because the freaking thing is on the way. Holy annoyance, I wasn't expecting to have to do all this crap. The things that the game does to you. And they don't stack, of course they don't stack. You were in the correct mode. You were doing this. And you were pushing gas out. How does this make damage? It shouldn't. It makes no sense whatsoever what just happened. That's the most basic system you can make in the game. Vent in a passive vent and then push the place to a vacuum. So let's see. Window, composite window, right? So this is what I had. A bunch of composite windows. Don't fall. And on the top, on the top, can I? Gonna fall in the freaking hole again. So how long is this? Those guys gonna keep doing the? Oh, there was a lot of stuff to be processed. So do they make that much gas? That can't be true. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Why am I stuck here? So the vent is on. I'm building a compost setup that couldn't be hard, right? So that's what I was thinking. This cannot be possibly hard. And I was also thinking that I would not need that much stuff. But seems like I'm gonna need even more composter than this. Because this is a lot of stuff being processed. So this is gonna mess up my ideas. Of course it's gonna mess up my ideas, right? But that's fine. So I'm gonna need to place all the windows back here. I'm gonna watch from the inside how is the pressure build up, making this a problem, because that should never be a problem.
Waste tank caution.
I built all this off camera just to save time. And what do I gain with it? I have to rebuild the entire thing. Alright. So put the windows here, on this side here, that's annoying. Window. Put all the windows. On this side. And on the roof. And I'm gonna leave the side open. Right. So how is the pressure in here? 239 with a little bit of volatiles. Right, so if I start covering from there to here. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And I come here. That's fine. 240, 239. Yeah, that's nothing. It shouldn't be nothing. But you and you Now the entire thing is being funneled to this guy, which is 39, 40, 41.
Waste tank critical.
Really?
Temperature high.
How many waste tank am I gonna run over? Yeah, that's barely anything. Right, this guy's not doing anything, this guy's not doing anything, this is not doing anything. Those guys are working, but that's fine. So now when I turn this guy on, the pressure on everything should drop. So I need to correct the IDs. What a pain. Nothing is always simple in this game. So 6E3092. Six E3114. This is pulling, right? So it should be pushing gas there and output on the top there. Yeah, I can't even jump here because it's pushing inside. And if I go here, it's gonna launch me to the space. Yes, so that's what it was doing before, so that's correct. And this is a freaking composite window, right? Composite window, which is this one here. Can extend 200 kPa. Oh, 235. Wait, what? No. That makes no sense. Does it? Am I crazy? Isn't this supposed to be higher than 200 kPa? Padded window is 300. Why the heck the composite window is 200? Since when? I'm not crazy. Composite window is 200. Composite window shutter is 200. I think they messed this one up. Because the iron window is 200. Yeah. They messed this one up. It was not the case. I was like, wait a minute, I always use this Venus. Or did I always use the padded one? I don't believe this. I really don't believe this. Oh crap. Well, now I know. So what I will do is just open this. Gonna question later if this is supposed to be like this or not, but for now I'm just gonna leave like this so it doesn't blow up. And then off camera I'm going to rebuild this crap. But that would be the freaking composter. So this should be making a lot of volatiles and nitrogen, and the only thing I need to do next is combine the oxygen tank there with the volatiles to make water. And we do have a fair bit amount of oxygen now. Alright, what a pain. I was not expecting to go over all this crap during this episode, but I guess we had to. So, real fast, the problem I had with the Larry here, pretty simple, pretty basic mistake, but could be avoided. So when this guy is getting something to throw to the trash, that would be a perfect example. So see, it needs to pass here. First thing, I forgot to make this guy move sideways so it can pass. So it was stuck here trying to pass, right? It couldn't pass. So that was the first error, and then the entire system went to a halt. So I had to manually fix everything. Second error, I fixed this, making it go sideways, but I never opened the chute, right? So it dropped the stuff on the chute, and the chute just sit there. Then again, the entire system went to a halt, which was even more painful. I had to redo it again. So that's why when you're looking at the sorting here, it should be all fine, right? But then you're gonna see some gaps, like that gap there and this gap there, right? So this is when I had to manually fix the system and then mess up the counting. So if I was gonna do this differently, two things I would do. First, just like I did in the greenhouse, all the bins would have a separate controller just to keep checking the bin. Do you have something? Yes, then close it. That would alleviate the need of closing the bin every time I put something on it. Second, I would use this Larry to throw to the trash instead of using this one, because then I didn't need to worry about making this one move out of the way. Right, and this one has access to both bins without anything in the way. That one needs to pass over this one to get here. So that was a brain fart. Anyways. Well, guess that will be not much progress. I spent the entire episode trying to go over the composter to figure out my composter build is wrong. What a genius. So the next one, I'm going to have already removed all that crap. I'm going to find more silicone, because the aim here is making a...
Waste tank caution.
For a second I thought I saw she had damage. The aim here has a lot of iron and coal and carbon and copper, but not much what I need, right? So not much gold, not much cobalt, not much silicon at all. So it makes this process really annoying. There's some silicons here. That should be enough for me to make the tanks. Crap. Really? Oh well. I need to be faster because I'm gonna run out of space in the tanks for the auction. Right. So let me build all the tanks. Also, let me rebuild the freaking walls with padded walls instead of just composite walls. And that should handle my problem there.
Waste tank caution.
And then I guess we can do the
Waste tank critical. Waste tank
electrolyzer
critical.
or the water making. Holy crap. What a disaster. I was like, the composter can't be that fast on making gas. In the yard, the problem is not the composter. It's the freaking windows. Wood. Right. So, well, that will be it. So let me fix all that, and then the next one we handle the water. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.